Alright, so this should kind of explain a little bit what happened my freshman and sophomore year of college with my shot. So, growing up, my shot was automatic because I would just, when I would practice, my dad would pass me the ball and I would catch it and just shoot automatically. And I didn't know what was going on with my feet. I had no idea what was happening. It was just so automatic. I was so unconscious. Everything I did was so unconscious, and that's why I was considered the best by many people. I had no idea what I was doing. It was pure spontaneity, pure unconsciousness. And that's hard to believe, but that's actually the case. That was the case. Now, I was with South Coast making over 4 3-pointers a game consistent, playing against the best teams in the nation. Because everything I did when I shot, I wasn't thinking. But it was because I was practicing when my dad would just pass me the ball in the backyard and I would just, catch it and shoot it. And I would move around and catch and shoot it. Now when I get the shoot away machine, this is what happened. So I remember my dad, I have it in the 7th grade and I'm shooting on it. My dad's like, shoot sideways like you should shoot. And then what he would do is he would pass me the ball and I would catch it and I would be shooting. You see, I'm not thinking about shooting sideways. I didn't want to think at all when I played. So then he'd start passing to me and I'd start making my shots and I'd start shooting good because I'm getting ball off of passes. And my dad would be like, see, you're shooting good now. Good job. And then I would be like, all right, thanks. And then I would go back to picking the ball off the rack and shooting. And then my dad would be like, you're not shooting sideways. It's amazing to me that he couldn't see that. It's incredible. But there's no way I could have shot sideways picking the ball off the rack, because if I would have stepped to the left with my left foot pointed out, picking the ball off the rack, I would have hit the rack. And plus, it's all about naturally moving into the shots and shooting it. Picking the ball off the rack and shooting is not going to help, no matter what. Because that's not natural. That's not how anybody can shoot, because you're not moving into it. The reason why I shot so good, if you look at the videos, I'll show you the videos, is the way I was moving into my shots. That's why I shot sideways, but my dad didn't know that. So then in the 9th grade, I remember, I'm picking the ball, I'm shooting off the rack. My dad's saying, why aren't you shooting sideways? You shoot sideways. I wasn't trying to think. When my dad would be saying this, I'd be saying, Dad, just let me shoot. I'm just shooting the ball. That's the way I always was. Let me just shoot and not think. So I'm doing that, and I'm not thinking. But the thing is, if you're not thinking, you're picking the ball off the rack, it's going to give you bad mechanics because you can't step correct. I'm stepping straight forward and shooting. And my foot is going to be pointing straight forward. Whereas before, I'd be shooting with my foot outside to the left, and that's why I was sideways. But that's because of the way I would move into it. I would step, but you can't do that if you're picking the ball off a rack, because the rack's right here. Now, my shot got good when the rack was on this side, and I would step with my right foot and then left foot and then shoot, because then I would be sideways automatically. And that's why my right foot, left foot shot got good. But when I picked the ball off the left side, the rack would be right here. I can't step right. I can't step to the left with my left foot pointed out, which is the way I used to shoot. So that's why I started shooting square. But my dad didn't know that. But the thing is, my dad's saying, shoot like you used to shoot, or shoot sideways. But I'm thinking to myself, dude, I don't even know how I used to shoot. I was unaware. I was unconscious back then. So I can't fix it because I don't know what I did back then. So then I remember in the 10th grade, I'm doing the same thing, and then what happened was I sprained my ankle, and then I was a starting point guard as a freshman, and then in the 10th grade, another guard took the starting position. So my dad got extremely mad. My dad was like, my dad was mad, not mad at me. He said he was mad at the coach. He said he was never going to go to any games again. So my dad's mad, and then we're still in the backyard, and I'm shooting, and my dad and I had been fighting about before. Now, by this time, my left foot had been going in front of my right foot because I'm picking the ball off a rack. It's not natural. It's making my left foot go in front of my right foot. So my shot's really getting distorted by this time, and I'm shooting with like 2 hands pretty much. So my dad is upset, and he says, you see, but I don't know that because I'm not even thinking about it. The reason why I was such a good shooter when I was younger was because I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just shooting automatic. Now, if my dad was just outside passing me, I still would have been shooting great, because it would have just been automatic. Because my body would have automatically aligned to what was perfect. But if you're picking the ball off a rack, I'm still automatic. I'm not thinking, and it's not going to be good because I'm practicing picking the ball off a rack. Now, if I go into games and there's a rack there, I would be playing good. Maybe. But you see what I mean? So now I'm in the backyard, and I'm picking the ball off the rack, and my dad says, screw this. You suck now. I'm not gonna help you anymore. It's not even worth it. Every time I fix your shot, it goes back to being bad. Well, that's because when he would fix my shot, he would be passing me the ball. He would say, "Here, stand over there," and he would start passing me, and I would start catching it, and I'm doing it automatic. I remember this. Like, at the time, I didn't know this, but now looking back at it, this is what was happening. So then he'd be like, "Okay, I fixed your shot." I remember one time my grandma was watching me in the backyard shooting off the shoot-away machine. My shot was really messed up. And then my dad came out and he said, go stand over there. And he started passing me, and I started shooting better. And my dad was like, "See, I fixed it." And he said, I'm the shock doctor. He didn't fix it. He didn't do anything. He was just giving me passes, and if I get passes, I'm going to be shooting better because it's more automatic. It's more natural. Then I go back to the rack, it's going to mess it up. So in the 10th grade, he says, "Okay, forget it. I'm picking the ball off the rack and I'm shooting." He says, "So forget it. I'm not going to help you anymore." But you see, the thing was, I didn't know how to fix my shot because it was always automatic. See, my dad's telling me shoot sideways, but I don't know how to shoot sideways because I never thought about it. I'm just picking the ball off the rack and shooting. I don't care. I don't know that that's messing up my shot at the time, but that's the way I was. I'm not going to think about anything. I'm just going to do it. But the problem was, if you're doing it just picking the ball off a rack, that's going to screw up your shot, and that's exactly what happened. So then my dad goes in, and I say, "Dad, come on. Dad, come on, just shoot me for 50 more minutes. Let's fix my shot. Then my dad's saying, he's like, "No, I give up. I give up. You fuck it. It's not worth it. You suck now. So I'm like, "Come on, Dad." So my dad's already mad about the whole situation with the basketball team. So then my dad says, "You ask me again, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up." And I'm like, "Come on, Dad. Like, don't give up on me." And then that was when the abuse started happening because then he's like. So I'm like, "Dad, how come when I was a starting point guard, you're out there shooting with me, even though my shot was messed up, but now you give up on me, So this is getting on his nerves. So then that's when he grabs me and throws me to the ground, and then he's like, "Are you gonna ask me again?" And then that's when the cycle of abuse started happening. Because now I'm like, okay, I'm going back out to the backyard and I'm picking the ball off the rack and I'm shooting. I don't know how to fix my shot because I never knew how I shot. That's why I was the best shooter, because I was automatic. But I'm picking the ball off the rack, it's getting worse and worse. And I need someone to help fix my shot. Now, my dad was always helping me. My dad, when I was 9, you saw the videos. My dad with me in the backyard, and he would be looking at my shot and be like, "That's good, but shoot more sideways." And I always felt like I needed him to give me these little things because I wasn't aware of how I shot. But his little input would help. But he didn't know that me shooting off the shoot-away rack was going to be screwing up my shot. So I felt, my dad was always the one who was helping me. He was always telling me what to do. So I was like, "Dad, you need to come out and help me shoot. You need to come out and shoot with me. Come on, just 15 minutes a day." And my dad would be like, "No." And then he would go out, and then he would start, and then he would get upset, and he'd say, "Oh, it's not worth it. Go back in." And this is when the fight would happen. I would say, "Come on, Dad, come on, just 15 more minutes. Just come on." And then that's when the fight would happen again. That's when he would physically, grab me, throw me to the ground. "You're gonna ask me again?" So that's when the thing started spiraling like crazy. But it was inevitable with the shoot-away machine. And the fact that I was just completely automatic, that was what, if I was getting passes, I would have stayed automatic, I would have stayed awesome. But because I'm picking the ball off of a rack and now I'm practicing like this and this, my shot got worse and worse. So then what happened was around that time my dad started saying, okay, just pick the ball off the rack and put your right foot pointed this way and put your left foot like this and stand on your left toe. So now my dad's starting to try to make things happen. He's like, "Now you'll be sideways." So now I'd be picking the ball off the rack and like automatically like putting my right foot this way and I'd be going like this. And my dad was, "Okay, that's better. At least you're sideways." But the thing was, he had no idea. That's not, then I go into a game and I start trying to shoot like this. I'm not automatic like I used to be. If I was just getting passes, if he would have just been passing to me, I would have stayed automatic. I would have stayed perfect. But the thing was, now he's like, "Okay, well now we'll try to make." Now he's basically making things happen. "Okay, now put your right foot." Now that was actually the opposite of how I used to shoot. I used to shoot with my left foot pointed out and my right foot pointed this way, but a little bit more forward. But now my dad's telling me to do this because I'm picking the ball off the rack. He's saying, "Put your left foot forward and put your right foot like this." Now I had never thought about how I shot before, so I didn't know that was wrong. I was just automatic before, and I was considered the best shooter in the nation. But that was because I didn't even know how I was shooting. So then my dad's like, "Okay, put your left foot forward and put your right foot this way." So then I'm like, okay, I'm start picking the ball off the rack and I start practicing like that. This is around the 10th grade. So now I'm shooting the exact opposite of how I used to shoot. And that's when, and now I'm going in games and I'm trying to shoot like this. And I need my dad to help me trying to fix my shot. But it's just like completely screwed up everything. Now, at the time, I didn't know. I didn't look at videos of when I was younger, so I didn't know how to fix it. It was only in college when I was looking at videos and I saw exactly what happened. And I saw a video of me shooting on the shoot away machine, and I said, that's what happened. I don't have that video of me shooting on the shoot away machine anymore. I have another video of me shooting on the shoot away machine. And it'll show you, I'm picking up off the rack on the left side, and I'm stepping with my left foot this way. And my dad's telling me to shoot like that. And that's why my shot got messed up, because when I would shoot when I was younger, I would be moving anytime. It was just automatic. I'm catching the ball off of a shot, and I'm stepping with my left foot pointed this way, and I'm like this. Now, if you're picking up off a rack, you can't step like that because you're going to hit the rack. So I have to step like this. I'm picking the ball off the left side, and I'm stepping like this. And that's why my left foot starts going in front of my right foot when I'm shooting. So, and it really just destroyed everything, because my whole game was centered around my shot. So, this will kind of explain to some people about what happened.